You're on the cutting edge of technology. You've got a fax machine, 2 phone lines, a computer hooked up to the internet. What you've also got is one whopper of a telephone bill. And now a local man is promising to share his secret strategies for taming the telephone bill. Channel 7's Kurt Rivera dialed into the details to find out if they can really save you money.
32-year-old David Berger sells heavy machinery by day, but moonlights as an author on the side. In his book called The Cheapest Way to Make Phone Calls, Send Faxes, or Use the Internet, the Ann Arbor entrepreneur lists tips that will save you money.
There's a lot of information out there, and I think most of it is just overwhelming to the typical consumer. I went through the past several years identifying the information, sorting through it, and trying to make heads or tails of it.
Here's David's tip number 1. When getting on the internet, don't begin with Access software, but instead get on with an internet provider. A provider will cost you just $15 to $20 per month for your total bill. Compare that to toll charges that can rack up per minute while surfing the net. Tip number 2. When faxing, don't use a fax machine, but instead use a computer. The document quality will be better and the cost will be cheaper.
On average fax, one page high density would take under a minute through the computer. But if it were sent via fax, with this being scanned in, it would take slightly over a minute. And if you're charged per minute, you'd pay for 2 minutes.
Tip number 3. When picking a long-distance phone company, don't just give in to one. Negotiate. Berger was able to switch from company to company and collect hundreds of dollars in incentive checks, credits, and frequent flyer miles. Ironically, this $1,000 MCI credit paid for a media outlet CD-ROM used to promote his book.
If a competitor should send you, for example, a check for $50 or something, think twice before you just cash it and switch, because you can call your current provider, and often they will either match it or even double it.
Another tip to saving money on your phone bill, taking advantage of resellers.
Resellers typically will buy blocks of time from AT&T, MCI, or Sprint and resell them, often at substantial savings, could be 70%.
In his book, Berger also lists tips on local calls, cellular phones, and even faxing for free. David Berger's 120-page book is in various bookstores throughout the metro area. In Ann Arbor, Kurt Rivera, Channel 7 Action News reporting.